Were your Friday nights reserved for pizza and the adventures of the Tanner family?
Do you remember catchphrases like, how rude, and you got it, dude, delivered by adorable child actors?
If you learned all of your early life lessons in 22 minutes or less, you might be a Xennial who watched Full House in ABC's Friday night lineup, TGIF. And so are we. Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Danny, and you are listening to Generation in Between, a Xennial podcast where we revisit, remember, and sometimes relearn all kinds of things from being 80s kids and 90s teens. And today we are starting our details of our TGIF series with one of the longest running of the programming block, Full House. Funny thing, we did this out of order of our planning.
We did. Yeah, we were going to do Perfect Strangers.
I don't know how we missed that. We both just we were like, oh yeah, Full House. We even said on last week's episode, you were like, I'm going to do Full House.
Yep.
I'm like, yes, we are. And then I'm like, and I'm going to do Family Matters next week. And then I'm like, oh, we 100%. We'll go back. We're going
to loop back. And if you're listening to this way later, you can just start with Perfect Strangers.
True.
Because it's live somewhere in the future. But not now.
But we didn't have a time machine.
I think that arguably when people think about TGIF, Full House is probably the first one.
I think so too. So what were the first four shows? It was Perfect Strangers, Full House, Family Matters, and what was the fourth one?
Just the 10 of us.
Okay, so maybe that's what we need to do, is those four.
Well, I don't think Family Matters was the first year.
Oh, it wasn't?
That was later. Because it was a spinoff of Perfect
Then we've just really done it.
I'd have to go back to my notes because it was something that didn't stick around. But I can't remember. Something about a widower who's a widower who has an NFL brother and a witch for a housekeeper. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny because we are really going out of order, but that's fine.
It's okay.
You know what? It's going to matter. I already finished my Family Matters research this morning.
Okay.
And I think it's good that we're doing it this way because I think we would be weird to wait.
I think the only thing that would be weird is if we started with the later TGIFs, like Boy Meets World, Sabrina, and then went back. But I think those original early ones, it doesn't matter really.
And also, we do things wrong here.
Yes. If it's your first time, welcome. We do things wrong here.
Listen, wrong and right is all subjective.
That's
so
true.
We just do it in a different way.
We need a shirt that says that.
What?
Welcome. We do things wrong here.
Oh my God, we so do.
We so do.
Okay.
But, okay, cool. So let's talk about Full House a little bit. I've got just information about when it ran and all of that. And obviously a lot of the cast members, a little bit of trivia about it. And then we're going to talk about the 4 episodes that we both rewatched.
Okay.
Yes. So just as a primer, because we'll have put this on social in case you guys watch too, we're watching the pilot episode, the series finale, and then something from season 2 and something from season 4.
Yeah.
I think is what we did. Yeah. So kind of 2, one that's more controversial and then one that was like a fan favorite.
Yeah.
In the middle. So anyway, okay. So is this one you watched? I remember you said on the last episode, the kickoff, that you never really liked this show and you weren't sure why, but you just didn't like it.
I think I'm lying about that.
Okay.
I think I did like it when it first came out, but then I think I grew to dislike it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because everything we watched back in the 90s was like the sitcom vibes, and I think I did like it. And I think I liked it and then grew to dislike it for the same reason. You ready to hear this?
Oh, yeah.
I liked it because it was like this nice kind of clean-cut family vibes, loving vibes that I didn't really have that was not the vibe. But that is also why I grew to dislike it. Because as I got older, I was like, this is just such bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
It's all fake.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
But I think I did like it at first because I was younger when it came out. It came out, what, 80?
89.
Okay, so I was 9.
Yeah.
Right? So, and actually, well, that's interesting because that was, I think, the year before my parents separated.
I am so wrong. It was 87.
Okay, well, I was 7 then.
Yeah.
So that was even younger. Yeah, but that was right before, my parents separated when I was in 5th grade. So it was right before that. So that makes sense.
It does. It actually does. I always liked it, and I still enjoyed watching these episodes.
Did you really?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of saw it more for what it was. Okay, so what I liked about it, same thing, like we didn't grow up with a lot of family around us.
Sure.
Like, not really.
Same.
My grandparents weren't too far. But I loved, like, the multi-generational feel. I thought that was really fun. I thought the comedy was funny, at least back then when I watched it. I was the same age as Stephanie.
Yeah.
She was always the same grade as me.
As
me. So I, like, kind of connected with her. And she was always just, like, very awkward and, like, not great at things. And I don't know, I just kind of connected with that. And then now, as I'm rewatching, and I've rewatched as an adult other ones too, because I remember trying to even watch it with my kids. And then when Fuller House came out, we watched some of those, which I actually really liked that show.
What?
Yeah, I really liked it.
Oh, God.
But more for nostalgia reasons, I think.
Well, probably.
Also,
well, that's why they made
Boyfriend
the
C,
show.
As a grown-up, A+.
I know.
So cute.
That's why.
Oh,
but
I love that guy.
I can't not hear Aladdin when he talks.
I know.
Right?
When
I
we
know.
watched the series finale one.
I know.
He comes to the house. I was like,
it's
oh
Aladdin.
God, it's Aladdin. Oh my God. But yeah, so I think the part that maybe irks me the most about the show now is the oversimplification.
Yeah.
And the idea that, like, these big issues that we face can be fixed quickly, or that you can just say something and right away someone feels better.
Right.
Or whatever. So,
but that's every sitcom.
That's everything. Yeah.
I mean, even the sitcoms that weren't as clean cut, like Roseanne, they still followed the same formula.
Right. By the end, you have a complete
some
story.
kind of resolution.
Right. Even if there's, like, storylines that stretch across.
Yeah.
That particular storyline is resolved by the end.
But I think too, I liked it when I was younger because it made sense. Mm-hmm. But then the older I got and the more the world throws itself at you, and you figure out nothing is summed up neatly.
Right.
It got to be frustrating. I didn't want to watch stuff like that anymore because it was just annoying. Like, right.
Yes. I totally agree.
But anyway.
All right. Cool. All right.
So let's hear the history. Okay. Let's hear it.
So Full House ran from 1987 to 1995. And if you haven't watched it, or you have, I'm just going to tell you anyway. The premise is you're stuck here now unless you push that forward 15 seconds on your player.
Don't do that.
It's going to be longer than that.
Maybe you'll learn something.
You probably will. Probably not from this sentence, but still. The premise of the show. After his wife's death, sports announcer Danny Tanner invites rocker Uncle Jesse, played by John Stamos, and I should have said Bob Saget played Danny Tanner, and comedian Joey, played by Dave Coulier, to move in and help raise daughters DJ, Candace Cameron, Stephanie, Jodie Sweetin, and baby Michelle, Mary Kate, and Ashley Olsen. Additional characters are Kimmy Gibbler, played by Andrea Barber, that's the neighbor Steve Hale, Scott Weinier, who was DJ's boyfriend in season 6 and 7. And of course, Aunt Becky, Lori Loughlin. I thought she was introduced way later, but she came in the second season.
No, I remember her from Jump. Yeah.
From Jump, yeah. Which I think she was a good ad. We can get into that, but, like, I don't think you, like, needed a woman in the house, but I thought it helped balance the adults a little bit.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in the episodes we watched alone.
I mean, yeah, you did need some kind of female interaction.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is you don't need a mom.
Oh, no.
But, like, it was good to have an adult that was
have some kind of other, non-male influence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the title is said to be derived from the poker hand known as Full House, with the three girls being three of a kind and Jesse and Joey a pair.
Shit, never thought of that.
Yeah, me either. I was like, that makes perfect sense.
It's also, we don't play poker.
We don't play poker. I know what a Full House is. You know why I know what a Full House is, though?
Because of this show?
No, because of Yahtzee. Do you ever play Yahtzee?
Yeah. What is a Full House?
A Full House, you get 2 dice that are one number and 3 dice that are another number.
No, didn't know that either.
That's the only reason I knew.
Wow.
All the poker players are like, okay.
I have tried to learn how to play poker so many times. This is going to make me sound even stupider than I usually sound. It's too much thinking. Like, and I don't like games where you have to be serious. Mm-hmm. And, like, I can tell you, like, my husband plays poker, my oldest plays poker, and they'll have, like, poker nights. And I will walk in sometimes and it is, like, tense. And I cannot handle that. Like, I need to be laughing.
For like an extended period of time.
Yeah, that's too much. I want to be having fun. Like, I like to play Bunko. That's a good time.
Bunko is good.
You can just giggle, laugh, you have fun.
And bingo.
Like, bingo. But I'm serious. Like, my friend Margaret, she tried to bring me, our neighborhood clubhouse will have like different like events you can go to. Mm-hmm. And there was one to learn how to play mahjong.
Okay.
And she's like, come with me and let's learn. I was like, oh, I don't like going to stuff there because it's usually like a vibe that I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I'll go with you. So we like, we brought wine in like our little tumblers to go. They gave us like a booklet of rules.
Oh my God.
Like pages. And we sat down and she looked at me. She's like, you already don't want to play this, do you? I was like, no. But then we had to stay because we were like there and they like taught us forever. And then we had to like do a sample round and I was totally lost. I'm like, this is too much. And they were like, we play on this night during this month and we don't encourage chit chat. We don't drink wine. We don't have snacks. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Like,
you're like, what?
That sounds horrible.
That sounds awful.
I can work on my brain by myself.
Yes. Yeah, you can. You should. I mean, everyone should, not just you.
Anyway, so Full House.
Okay, so Full House is...
I never knew that.
So it's like a double meaning.
That's funny.
Literally, the house is very full of people.
Oh, cute.
But also, like in the final episode we watched,
Michelle
was like, do you all live in the neighborhood? And they're like, we all live in this house.
In this house.
And they just kept like adding to the house. Anyway, okay. So, like I said, it ran 87 to 95, 192 episodes.
Okay.
The series was set in San Francisco. However, the show itself was taped at the Warner Brothers studio in Los Angeles. The first episode of the final season, which is called Comet's Excellent Adventure, he like gets loose and runs around, was recorded in San Francisco. Are you laughing at Comet's Excellent Adventure?
Because I bet you were so excited to watch that one.
Oh, man. When I saw
Do you remember it?
Like, I remember it. Yeah, I remember him like trotting across like the hills of San Francisco. His little golden... You know he was Air Bud.
Oh, for real?
Same dog.
He was Air Bud?
At least the original one, yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Cute. Anyway, but that famous exterior for the opening shot is 1709 Broderick Street in San Francisco. But the show obviously didn't use that address. They said it was a different, and there were no interior scenes filmed there. So that is not what the inside of that house looks like. I was in San Francisco maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I went, and the people had repainted it, and they grew a tree in front of it.
Oh, I don't blame them.
So it's like blocked. I did take a picture like from across the street, but like it does not look like you would not know that was it.
I don't blame them.
Exact address. No, I don't blame.
That'd be so annoying. And also, did it bother you ever when you watch that show and you see the outside of that house and then you see the inside and it was ginormous and you're like, there's no way.
One of like the running jokes anyway about the show is that the inside of the house really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Like hallways appear.
Yes.
And then like staircases that were never there
yes.
are suddenly there. And like if you laid out all the different, like there's no way any of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
But, so that's that. And I just said the interior layout makes zero architectural sense.
Yeah, because then their basement is like ginormous.
Yeah. And then they have the attic that they move into.
Yeah. I forgot about the attic.
And they make like a whole like nursery up there, and it's a whole thing. Yes. Every now and then they would shoot other locations. This was really popular for sitcoms of the time. They go on vacation.
Disney World, always a big one.
Yeah, so they went to Hawaii. They went to Walt Disney World. Those were the only two where they went on vacation. And then that theme song, Everywhere You Look, Everywhere, was written by someone named Jesse Frederick, who also wrote themes for Family Matters.
Yeah, I was like, he wrote the one for Family Matters.
Perfect Strangers and Step by Step.
Okay.
He must have a contract with Miller Boyette.
Must have. Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee. Look, Sarah agrees with me. Did you see?
I know.
If you don't know what we're talking about, listen to the last episode. Contract with Chef Boyardee. And I mean, it just is the full theme song has verses most people have never heard because they're not on TV.
Oh, well.
I mean, I think the Cheers song is like that too. And the Golden Girls song. There's like they write whole songs.
Right.
They just only use like a minute or a minute and a half for the intro. Oh, I wonder what the full song of that freaking Dawson's Creek theme, not Paula Cole, the other one.
Oh, the Heart and Barrels?
Heart and Barrels.
Ugh, who cares?
We're going to have to find it.
We do not need to find that. Woo!
Oh, heavens. Okay. So the original idea
Oh,
for this
heaven.
show...
Did you just say, oh, heaven?
You can tell we're covering Full House today. Because I just, in my PG language space. So originally the idea... Okay, you're going to love this.
I can't
wait. You
will
probably think that this would have been a better show.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the original idea for the show was actually called House of Comics. And it was pitched by Jeff Franklin. And it was 3 single stand-up comedians living together. And if they had gone through with that idea, it would have been more adult-oriented, would have been called House of Comics. But the network shut that down. And so they were more interested in a family-friendly show, given the popularity of things like Family Ties and The Cosby Show. So then they added in like 3 kids as part of the story and then kind of changed up what the adults did.
I think that would not have worked anyway.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm just thinking of 3 comics. They'd just be around being like, ha, 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 like one-liners and
same, like personalities. I mean, I'm not all comics are the same, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And we'll talk about, when we get to talking about the actors and the characters, like, that was the one thing I always hated about Joey, is that they always made him be, like, he was always in his comic persona.
Always.
And it just
always
so annoying.
Doing voices.
Oh my God.
Constant.
We'll get there. Because
we'll get there.
Rewatching, I was like, this is so annoying.
Joey's to be like that. Yeah.
And he must have been annoyed.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like, God, that woodchuck puppet.
I can't with him. Michelle, why is everything he say about wood? Sorry. Okay. So the show was still rated in the top 25 of shows by 1995, but ABC announced it was canceling it after the 8th season. Main reason was increasing production costs. The new WB network at the time wanted to pick up the show for a 9th season, but that didn't happen.
I cannot picture a Full House on WB.
No.
That's weird.
I think they might have brought over a little bit of an audience, though.
Although they had Seventh Heaven.
They did. Yeah.
That's
true.
like the equivalent.
So John Stamos, who played the role of Jesse, as we said, did not like the idea of dropping the show from ABC to a new network that didn't have national distribution. So he said, no matter what happens, I'm done after the 8th season. And then Candace Cameron, who played DJ, she was actually going to go to college in real life after season 8. So she also said she wouldn't be back.
Well,
so at that point, they were just like,
forget it.
Nah. So when they announced their departures, the rest of the cast also decided it was time to call it quits. And the writers decided the series had gone as far as it could, and season 8 was the final. Which I think is good. 8 seasons is good. And when you have kids growing up and kids are literally in the show going off to college.
I know.
Like, you know, it's time.
It's time, man.
It's time. Dave Coulier has, in interviews, had another explanation. He said it was time that they were told that not only because the actors were leaving and the storyline had run its course, that style of show was going out of style.
And he's not wrong.
And that the network was looking for more mature programming.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. That was kind of the last era of...
It really was. And then, you know, reality TV came in hard. And even sitcoms really just kind of took a turn of how they were presented. They weren't as family-oriented anymore. You know, you've got like the Friends and the Frasers. That it's already begun then. And kind of going that way. Great. Okay, let's talk about the cast.
Okay. I love that you still have papers.
I know. I just keep going. I don't want to read it from my phone.
You just want to kill trees.
Yeah. Obviously, I woke up this morning and I said it's time
to kill
another tree. The time has come.
No, you know what though? Like, printer ink nowadays is so expensive.
It's crazy expensive.
I don't know how you do it here at the studio, printing shit all the time. It is so expensive.
It's really expensive.
What?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like for some of our classes, we either have a materials charge now or a registration fee.
Yeah.
That covers things like it sounds silly, but it covers like making copies of music or
they're literally so expensive.
Out monologues or whatever. Yeah, it is expensive. All right, cast. Bob Saget played Danny Tanner.
Bob Saget.
Yes, and he passed away in 2022. He was born May 17th, 1956 in Philadelphia. So some of this blew my mind because I wrote down the ages everyone was when Full House debuted.
Oh, okay.
He was 33.
What? See, everybody looked older.
I would have guessed 40s for sure.
Well, he was supposed to be in his 40s.
I think so.
Well, he's tall.
But I don't know because DJ was only supposed to be like
9
or 10.
Yeah.
So he could have been in his 30s.
It's because he's tall. I'm telling you.
Too. And like the hairdo and the fashion. We're doing
They made him look derpy.
No favors. So before Full House, he was a stand-up comedian and he had a very edgy adult act.
Yeah, he's super What was
raunchy.
what was the show he was on?
Dirty Work. But then later.
Was he on Entourage at some point?
He was on Entourage himself.
Yeah. And he was like super, and I remember because Trey like loved that show, and I'm like, dang, Bob Saget be like, and he's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's really like how he is. I was like, oh
yeah. And I think back then too is easier, like the cast, obviously not the children. He was always appropriate around the children,
sure,
but around like the crew. That I read something that said like he would make the crew laugh harder than like the live studio audiences, just with like being his like normal inappropriate self.
That's hilarious.
And that he stayed that person. He just wasn't that person.
Well, he's an actor. He was acting as a wholesome dad.
He was acting. And you figure, and that persona spun out because remember when he hosted America's Funniest Home Videos? He was super clean cut on that show. I know. Too. He was clean cut all the way to the bank. Just
like to the point where like literally our generation was surprised to learn he wasn't really that way.
And like I said, I think it was easier maybe to kind of hide that away now.
Yeah.
Back then. Not that like, I mean, it shouldn't affect.
Well, there wasn't internet clips of your stand up and like, all that.
You would have had to like see him in person.
Yeah.
Known that. So he was actually the first choice for the role, but at the time he was stuck in a contract over at CBS's morning program. I don't know
what was he doing there.
He was doing there.
Good research.
He was an on-air contributor.
Oh, well, you did. There you go.
But about
you're like, what was he doing? Oh, wait, I wrote it down.
No, I did, but I'm like, that still doesn't tell me anything.
An on-air contributor. Did he do like segments?
I guess that's what that sounds like a reporter in a way.
Yeah.
So John Posey was the first.
Who's that?
Danny Tanner. God, what was he in? All right, I don't have it, but I'll look it up. He's somebody else. You would know him.
Or my phone is. Hold on, we got to look this up.
Okay, I've got my phone too. I actually left a note for myself to loop back to that. I was like, loop back, but here we are. When
we're doing it now.
Know him, and then you tell us what else he was in.
Okay. Well, by the way, also speaking of on air looking things up, last week's episode we had a lot of who's that? I don't know. What's that? So our apologies, audience, because
but I think there's so many stars and shows involved in all of this and writers that it's hard to like literally research every single one unless you're on air. Then you just research it then.
And we literally said, it's that girl or it's that guy so many times.
Yeah, because you guys know who we're talking about.
Okay.
Come on. John Posey.
John.
Posey.
John Posey. Let's see what this man looks like because that always helps.
Those are older pictures of him.
Do we know? Oh yeah, look, there's a picture when he was the OG Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
I don't recognize him from anything.
He kind of looks like the guy who played Larry on Perfect Strangers, but maybe it's just the hair.
And there was a mom too.
Yeah,
the unaired pilot episode of Full House before recasting took place. There was a mom before they decided she should be dead.
Yep, there she is.
Not a person I know either.
Wow, that's a weird picture.
Interesting, yeah?
Yeah. Interesting. But Saget got fired from his job over at CBS's The Morning Program. So Franklin said, nope, we're reshooting everything by John Posey and brought Bob Saget in. Yeah. But Posey would go on to appear on shows like Seinfeld, ER, NCIS, and How to Get Away with Murder.
So y'all might know who he is. We just don't.
Yeah. So during Full House, we already kind of talked about his comedian image was a little different than what happened there. What's one thing you remember about Danny Tanner's character, his personality on the show?
Oh, he was like OCD. He was like super clean. Yeah.
So I found a few things that said kind of like a modern lens on that people have discussed now, but not really at the time when the show aired, was that was a grief.
Oh, I was going to say, absolutely. It's like how it was his control because you can't
control. Mm-hmm. Yep. And coping with like the loss of his wife. And
guess how I know that, guys.
One guess or two.
No, but it's true though, because when you are going through grief or not even grief, any kind of trauma, and you get hyperfixated on because you can control it, number one, but also it takes chaos out. When you already feel like there's all this other chaos. So if your home where you live, that's supposed to be your safe space, can be like this calm, blank slate. It helps you without you realizing that. Does that make sense? Not everybody. For some people, it's too much. But for those of us who are like Danny Tanner, I get it because, and my husband's the same way, because it like all the chaos just makes us be more in the chaos, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get it.
It totally does. All right. And then after after Full House, he did host America's Funniest Home Videos at the same time, actually, until 1997. Then he returned to stand-up and played himself in Entourage.
Yeah, I remember him in Entourage.
Yeah. And then he did reprise the role of Danny Tanner in Fuller House before his death.
Okay.
He was on some episodes. All right. Then we got my favorite.
I know.
Uncle Jesse.
Everybody's favorite. Come on.
He's the best. Even now.
He's so good looking.
Follow him on Instagram.
Him and Rob Lowe are in the same category for
100%.
me. Something about the way they have aged is crazy. Like,
it is.
They have some kind of magic elixir. Because I don't think they've had any work done.
If they have, it's not noticeable.
Yeah.
Work that was done.
But they look so good.
They look amazing.
He's also a good actor, too, by the way.
He is a good actor.
Yeah.
I even noticed that in these episodes.
Yeah.
I was like, he kind of stands out. I mean, to be fair, Dave Coulier.
Well, he did what they told him to do. Yeah.
Whatever. And Bob Saget was like, fine. But like next to them, like you see the depth of the emotions and stuff. He does a really good job. So he played Jesse Katsopoulos. I don't know if you remember, but in the first season, his name was Jesse Cochran.
Oh, I did not.
It was. And so he was an exterminator.
I don't remember that either.
So when he first moved in, yes, he was a rocker, but his like day job was that. And then by the second
I do remember that. Yeah.
John Stamos had asked to change the last name to be like more in his own Greek heritage. And they dropped the exterminator bit, and he just was looking for like jobs being a jingle writer or performer. Okay. So he had some pull there. And he was born in 1963, making him only 26 when Full House.
Yeah, he was so young.
He was super young. And he looks young.
Oh, yeah.
I think he looks young. So he was on General Hospital before that. He played a character named Blackie Parrish.
Oh, my God. Such a great soap name.
I know.
Blackie Parrish.
And he was a huge breakout star on General Hospital. Like, everyone loved him. And he actually knew Lori Loughlin, and he pushed for her casting as Becky. And they're like lifelong friends. Like even now, after everything that's happened with her, and there's some drama lately with like her husband. I think they are getting divorced. John Stamos was on like a podcast recently, and someone asked him about it. They were like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" And he was basically like, "Her husband sucks. He's the one that was behind all this like college admission stuff, and he threw her under the bus." And he like just went off.
Well, I gotta say something about John Stamos right quick.
Yeah, let's hear.
Okay, he's super good looking and he's a good actor. I listened to a podcast interview with him one time in recent years on this podcast called Very Amusing. It's like a Disney podcast. Anyway, he came off like kind of a dick.
Really?
And maybe he was just having a bad day, and I can't even remember specifics. But like the whole episode, I'd be like, "Oh, he's so cute," and then he'd say something, I'd be like, "Okay, that felt weird." And then he'd be talking again, and then he'd say something else, and like, "Ooh," like I want to say, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I want to say he was kind of like mansplaining, and like it was just that's so. Good, I don't be knowing if maybe that was just an off day because listen, things are edited and etc. But
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyway,
but I guess my point is that like they've been lifelong friends even before Full House, and to this day, he's very like protective of her.
Well, good.
So that's good.
Do you think they ever had like?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I feel like I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, like if he's acting like that, blah blah blah, something else must be going on. But there's never been anything documented. But I do think they were both single.
Yeah.
On the show.
Well, I'm saying
some of it.
Maybe not now, but maybe they did before. Maybe. And I mean, they had great chemistry.
They really did.
So like,
maybe
not that you can't have good chemistry on stage and not off stage. That's totally valid. But
of course, but who knows? Who knows?
Sometime
we're gonna be side-eyeing that one now.
Okay.
After Full House, he actually was on Broadway and played in Bye Bye Birdie. And then on TV, he's been in all sorts of things. Biggest roles included roles on ER and Glee.
Yes, I remember him being on Glee, yeah.
And he's the executive producer of Fuller House.
Okay.
And you probably already knew this, but he's a lifelong Beach Boys fan.
Yeah, he's in the Beach Boys.
Performs with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder, they came here not too long ago.
He was there.
He was there. Okay. Wow. I think that's cool. Imagine just being like, I love this band. And now I'm playing with this band.
It's like what happened to Adam Lambert.
Yeah.
I mean, he sang Queen on American Idol, and then now he's in Queen.
That's wild.
What?
Talk about manifesting.
And he was so young, too.
I know. That's pretty cool.
I know.
All right. Then Dave Coulier, who played Joey Gladstone, he was born in 1959 in Michigan, and he was 30 when the show debuted.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of see that. And he was already known in circles as a stand-up comic, known for his impressions and voice work, which he is very talented at.
Very good at.
Incredibly talented at. Him and Bob Saget were already friends. Like, that helped him get in the door. He provided much of the physical comedy on the show. And we didn't say this one in the intro, but the other big catchphrase from the show was "cut it out."
Yes. Cut it out. Yes.
And after Full House, he's done a lot of voice acting. Robot Chicken, The Real Ghostbusters. He was the host of World's Funniest People.
I don't remember that.
I remember that vaguely. And I think it was a live show instead of videos.
So what, they have comics on there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And kids, like, doing comedy or being silly. Yeah.
I want to go on that show.
That sounds fun. Let's bring it back.
They'd be like, these ladies are not funny. Goodbye.
No, but we could be the hosts.
Oh, yeah, that.
Funny people could come on.
Oh, see, okay.
Aren't us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're funny sometimes.
That's true. Well, if we were having a funny day, we could be on. But today would not be one of those days.
I loved yours. You were like, that's true.
Like, we're funny. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, sometimes.
Let me mull that over. So, okay, a pop culture note about him. He dated Alanis Morissette.
Yes. We talked in depth about the song.
We did. You ought to know. Never officially confirmed that the song is about him.
She said it wasn't, actually.
She said
she won't say.
She won't say.
He's the one who said it was about him, which I think is very... Remember, we talked about it. Mm-hmm. Go back to our Jagged Little Pill episode we did a while back, and we talk about it. So.
Yeah, we do. So, never confirmed. They did date, though. And
yes,
she was
they did.
Younger than him.
Oh, yeah.
At the time. Much younger. All right. Let's move on to
Wait. I want to stop here for a second and talk about Joey for a second.
Okay, let's do it.
The thing that bothered me so much when I was rewatching these episodes was like I felt bad for Joey because they always made him be like in that comic. And like, I know stand-up comedians, you do too. They're not like that in real life. No. Like, they're not always doing voices or like, well, okay, sometimes they'll do them. We're talking to you, Tom St. Marie.
They're not always.
But they're not always performing.
At home.
Correct.
Right.
So I'm like, God, I get it. But it got so old. Like, every sentence was a voice.
It felt like very easy, cheap laughs.
But then it wasn't even funny, some of it.
Kind of like be a little more broad. I mean, there were episodes where he would have like a serious talk with like the scene in the one we watched where he's making DJ her favorite meal or whatever. I actually thought to myself, wow, that's like a kind,
true.
non like in the moment kind of thing.
But then he still did a voice or something.
He did, like, come eat my
come
try or whatever.
Whatever it was.
I forget what it was. That wasn't it. But,
no.
You know. Yeah.
Come eat my food.
That was his Dracula impression. Don't you remember? Really popular.
I mean, honestly, though, that could have happened.
It could have.
But it didn't.
And you'd believe it because
correct. You should have just rolled with that. And I would have been like,
I stopped myself. You'd have been like, no, you're right. I remember it now. I can hear it plain as day. All right. So Candace Cameron Bure, DJ Tanner, she was born in 1976. She was 10 when the show debuted. And she began acting as a really small child. She guest starred in several TV shows, including Punky Brewster, Saint Elsewhere, and Who's the Boss? And she had roles in commercials and films, including Punchline. She was Sally Field's daughter, and Some Kind of Wonderful. She was a little sister in that movie.
And I mean, it's because her brother was acting first.
Correct. Yeah. Her early career also included an appearance on her brother, Kirk Cameron's show Growing Pains. And then she was on the 1983 show Alice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So she'd already done a lot.
Oh, yeah.
By now. partly because of her brother. I mean, it's just a performing family.
Yeah.
You know, so she kind of got her foot in the door there. And she played DJ from age 10 to adulthood.
Whew, that's a tricky time to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That is
and her
tricky.
storylines tackled teen issues like peer pressure and eating disorders. Yeah. And after Full House, she became a Hallmark Channel staple. She's not there anymore, though, because she started her own network. That's another story.
She's like super conservative Christian now, yeah?
She is, yep. She starred in dozens of films. She's also a producer on Fuller House. And she just, as the years have gone on, has become even more outspoken about faith.
I mean, her brother, too. He's been in a bajillion Christian movies.
Mm-hmm. And she married a hockey player, and they had 2 kids. So she's out, like, I saw something somewhere. She went to that hockey game with her co-stars, I think, and was able to be introduced to this guy, and eventually they got married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pays to be famous.
It does pay to be famous. So she's got her own things going on. I will say, when I watched her on Fuller House, I really liked her. And I don't remember liking DJ that much on the show. Maybe because I was a Stephanie stan and she was always kind of mean to Stephanie, and I was annoyed with her for that.
I mean, Stephanie was the funniest on the show.
So funny.
She really was. Her comedic timing as a little 6-year-old was A+.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So good. And so I think maybe that's why I didn't like her. But then on Fuller House, I was like, okay, like, she's enjoyable to watch.
She's always got on my nerves.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I mean, I liked her in Full House and stuff. But like, as an adult, she's always gotten on my nerves.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's okay.
That is okay.
I probably get on her nerves.
I was going to say, you're getting on her nerves right now, wherever she is. All right, so then Jodie Sweetin, who played Stephanie Tanner, the middle child.
Yes.
As our middle child says, the middle finger of the family.
Well,
that's what she calls herself.
Yeah.
She was born, she's a Xennial, 1982.
Yeah.
January 19th. So not that much younger than you. And she was 5 when the show
I was
came
born in
on.
1980.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Do you want to know something funny?
I don't know why.
I have literally been telling people I am older than I am. Literally, I have done it. I'm like, I'm 46, blah, blah, blah. I'm 46. Remember, you stopped me the other day. And you're like, you're not 46. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm not. I've been telling people, why am I aging myself?
I did have to correct you.
I'm like.
And then I had to get Troy to back me up.
And I was like, yes, I am. I was literally like, yes, I am. You know what it is?
What?
Is because I kept thinking we're going into 2026 and I will turn 46, but not till the end of the year.
Right. Your birthday's at the end.
Right.
Of the
I
year.
just turned 45. Yeah. What am I doing?
Hold on.
What am I doing? I am not 46.
She's not.
I am 45.
Well, depending when you're listening to this, she might be.
Oh, well, I might be by then.
But as of recording, she's.
Who does that? Who ages themselves? Lord. Why am I doing that?
Well, then people can be like, wow, you look so good for 46. And for 45.
Oh, but what if they didn't? Then that's even worse.
They're like, ooh, cool. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that's how old you were.
Oh,
dear. Okay. See? Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
All right. I don't know.
It's the
Tannerisms. They're coming out. All right. So Jodie Sweetin started acting as a toddler as well. I mean, she was only 5 when Full House came on.
And she's so little.
And she's known for that strong comedic timing. She's famous for that phrase, how rude.
Yeah, so cute.
And she actually, more than the other kids in the family, handled more of the emotional storylines.
Yeah.
Especially as she got a little older.
She's a middle kid.
Yep, she's a middle kid and like processing things like feeling left out and just whatever else it may be. Even the one we watched that was very DJ-centric, Stephanie was involved in a different way and going through some emotions. She actually didn't even audition for the show. She had a guest spot on Valerie, which was another sitcom produced by Miller Boyett. And Franklin saw her on it and was like, yep, this is the one, and offered her the role.
Wow.
Yeah. After Full House went off the air, she did face some public struggles with addiction in early adulthood. But she's clean. She's become an advocate for recovery. And then she returned as Stephanie in Fuller House.
Yeah.
I liked her character on there too. She was, it's so funny. Sitcom premises are funny anyway, but she was like a DJ.
I know.
That was like her.
So funny.
And she was like, and there's an episode where someone's like, DJ Tanner. And then like Candace Cameron's like, I'm DJ Tanner.
Yeah.
It was like a whole thing. But her whole shtick was like she had like traveled the world as this DJ and like now she's back home to help Candace.
Yeah.
Cameron's husband passed, or they
of
got
course,
divorced, or
widow.
I'm trying to remember if they got divorced.
No, he died.
No, I think he died. Yeah, he died. And so then she's there like helping them, but then Stephanie didn't have kids. Kimmy had
the daughter next door.
Right. So that's how we got like more kids in the mix. And Candace Cameron's character had 2 boys.
She had 3.
Oh, she had 3 boys. That's right. One was a baby.
It was the same setup.
Thing.
Yeah. Same setup.
Same setup. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who split the role of Michelle Tanner, which this is very weird. Okay, so for some reason, the producers of the show didn't want the world to know there were 2 of them.
That's why they had their names like that. I knew that.
Yes. So for the first couple, for seasons 1 through 7, in the credits, it said Mary-Kate
Ashley Olsen. I always remember being like, why does that kid have so many names?
Yeah, that is a lot of names.
Right? I remember thinking that whenever I'd watch it. And then when it was like, remember the one episode, we watched it.
Yeah, where they're both there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the 8th and final season that they'd on their own sort of exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
And like the charade was just like no longer believable. And they were actually starting to not look as much alike.
Right. You noticed that a lot.
I noticed that in that episode we watched. I was like, oh.
Well, because they're different people.
They are. Like, even if genetically you are exactly the same, you're going to come up with different mannerisms. And
of course.
As you get older, you're going to have different like creases on your face, or like, you know,
you're going to make different facial expressions. Your teeth are going to do something different.
Yep.
Like think of, I can think of a couple identical twins I know. And once you like, they look alike, but then they don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Which is what happened to them.
So it was finally in the 8th season in the credits that it said Mary-Kate and Ashley.
It took
Olsen.
that long?
Which I think is weird because they had the other twins on the show by then.
Right?
I don't know why they did that.
Because they were supposed to be twins in that one.
True.
They did that on other shows too. They did that in Family Matters with Rachel's baby.
Yep.
They just said one name.
That's so weird.
I know.
I don't get it. So she was obviously a baby when the show came out. And she ended up driving a lot of major storylines and a lot of merchandising.
Oh, yeah.
For the show.
She was so cute.
Of the dozens of sets of twin babies who auditioned as much as you can as a baby, what earned them the role is that they did not cry during the audition.
Well, there you go. Big win.
Everybody else cried.
And then the first episode, they're supposed to cry.
Right.
Which she did.
Then they did, yeah. So their younger sister then is Elizabeth Olsen, who you probably know from what's it called? WandaVision?
And Scarlet Witch. She's a Scarlet Witch. Come on.
She is.
Of course.
She has said that like seeing her older sisters like be actors or whatever is what's inspired her.
And she looks like them.
She does.
Yeah, she looks like them.
Yeah, when you know, you're like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She made a special appearance as Girl with Flowers in a 1995 episode.
Okay,
so
Girl with Flowers.
Last season. Oh, I want to find that one now. I bet that was really fun. And of course, the Olsen twins, you know, they're completely out of the entertainment business now. They kind of took, after Full House, they did like a lot of straight to VHS kind of things. They did a few other TV show type things together. They launched a fashion line. They've done all sorts of things, but now they're kind of just like quiet, reclusive. They did not want to come back for Full House.
They said no, right?
They said no. As far as like anything official, and I dug a little bit on this, nobody has ever officially said that anything traumatic ever happened to them or anything like that. I'm guessing just the fact like being on a set from baby to like adulthood, that'll just burn anyone out, I would think.
Well, to be fair, they didn't get to choose acting.
No, that's true.
Their parents put them into acting.
Right.
So once they're old enough to make the decision, they might have been like, I don't like this.
Right. I don't want to be on set, in the spotlight, whatever. But it seems that they do have good relationships with the other people that were in the cast. They were obviously, as was the rest of the cast, very upset when Bob Saget passed away. So they just don't want to be in the spotlight.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel so weird about child acting.
Yeah.
I feel weird about it. I don't know. So many people have asked me, like, since I have a kid who's a performer, they're like, oh, you should get him an agent, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, you know what? I don't. When he's old enough to make that choice, he can. But I just, I think he'd be great at it, but I just can't.
And if the opportunity comes to you, that's different.
Well, and like we just did a commercial together
Mm-hmm.
for a little commercial. It was fine.
Yeah.
Great. But I'm not gonna, and that fell into our laps, but I don't want to pursue it. It makes me feel, especially because there's a baby.
I know. I would argue, at least in your case with your son, he is old enough to.
Well, he is now, but also, and like I said,
still a child.
He's still a child. And like this middle school time is the worst for body image. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are. It is terrible. And I don't want him to be in a situation where that matters as much as it will when you're being cast for something, no matter if it's good or bad.
Right.
Do you know?
I do.
So I just I tell him all the time, once you get older, we'll revisit that. But for now, if something falls in your lap, great.
Well, and do the like normal stuff, like
of course,
be in local plays,
of course,
take
and that's
classes, do
important.
it at school, like because then you're prepared for if that's what you want to do. Later,
correct,
right? Like
correct.
I read a quote once that's always stuck with me, especially like when my kids were smaller, and I'm like, okay, we got to get like all the things, and you're like seeing older kids are like, oh, they didn't make the football team because they didn't start when they were 5, and like feeling overwhelmed by all of that.
Of course.
And I saw a quote that said, teach your kids about the ordinary.
Yes.
And the extraordinary will find them.
That's so true.
And I was like, that is it.
It is.
Like, provide that for them. Provide normal, everyday, be comfortable in your own skin. Here's how you can survive in life.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have an interest, find ways for them to do it. But don't do that extraordinary push on your end.
Right.
They will find that.
Yes.
On their own.
Yes.
And I just was like, it was like an instant pressure reliever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like I don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
If they're meant to find something, and extraordinary is relative too.
It is.
But if they're meant to find stardom or huge athleticism or whatever, then they will.
Yeah.
Their path will take them there. And also, like, it's perfectly fine if nothing like that ever happens.
Oh, 100%.
And they can live a beautiful, wonderful life with people they love, doing things that they love. So
I always say don't rush childhood either. Don't rush it. Don't be in such a hurry to grow up. I tell my college kid that all the time. He's like, well, what if I did this many classes? I'm like, just be full time.
Yeah.
Don't rush the time. Like, you have the rest of your life.
Yes. You'll get
the
there.
rest of your life. Don't rush it. And if you don't have to rush it, because some people don't get that. Most people don't get a choice.
Right.
You have to do shit when it comes to you.
Yep.
You know?
It's time.
So anyway,
yeah, I agree with that.
I feel weird about child actors, but again, here I am watching it. So
here we are watching it and enjoying it.
Here we are.
Here we are. Oh, okay. There it is. I was like, I knew I had Scarlet Witch in here. It was just one paragraph down. Don't worry, guys. I found it. They actually have 5 children in their family.
Who?
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
So why were they the only ones that got to be on TV?
I don't know. I guess the other ones, other than Elizabeth Olsen, who later became an actor, just didn't want to. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the
maybe
babies didn't get to say.
Yeah, like the
she was 6 months old.
No, I'm saying like the other children.
Oh, I see. So are they the oldest?
They're the oldest.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, they're the oldest. Yep.
Got it.
All right. Lori Loughlin, Rebecca Donaldson Katsopoulos.
That's such a long name.
It is. She starts as Jesse's girlfriend, ends up his wife. She is the co-host of Wake Up San Francisco with Danny. And she was 26 when she started on the show.
Yeah, that's valid.
That sounds about right. When I was rewatching and looking at her, I was like, oh,
yeah, she's young.
I see it. And she had been on soap operas, including General Hospital, and a lot of TV movies before this. And she joined in season 2. Then after Full House, she was on the Hallmark Channel a bunch. And then
she got that look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she really does. And she's another one who's aged really well.
Oh my gosh,
I think she's had maybe some work done, but she just kind of, it looks effortless. She just looks great.
Well, when you have money, you get to age well.
That's true. But that's true for John Stamos.
Oh,
and
good
Rob
point.
Lowe, too.
It is. Well, you're right. Because, I was just thinking about that too. Like if you have the money, you can buy, even if you don't have any work done, you can have a trainer for working out. You can have all the expensive skincare items you need. You can have all the right food and supplements and all that.
Make it for you.
So of course they look good.
Of course.
We shouldn't be surprised really when celebrities look good.
We shouldn't. We should Yeah, we shouldn't be surprised.
We shouldn't be surprised. We should be surprised when normal people like us look good for our age.
There you go. That's what I was going to say, but then I was like, I don't know. Like,
I don't mean us.
You don't have to look. I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to look good when you age. That's not a requirement.
Right.
Like, it's fine. Like,
I just, you know what?
Some of it's genetic. Some of it's what you have access to help you keep that up.
It is.
Some of it's stress, trauma, things you can't control. And look, you just look how you look at whatever age you are.
It's true. And it's so funny. I was talking about eye creams the other day because all of a sudden, and this is the funny part. You want to know the irony of this is I'm noticing way more wrinkles around my eyes, but it's because I laugh a lot and smile a lot and I'm expressive with my face. But yet I'm still like, ugh. And I'm like, okay, but that is crazy.
That's how you get those things.
Right? Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, and also like, I was like, I don't want to look younger. I just don't want to look older. I want to look my age. I'm fine with looking my age. I don't care. I don't need to look 30. I'm not 30. I ain't trying to tell nobody I'm 30.
Right.
If you think I'm 30, great on you, but I'm not trying to tell you that.
You're not trying to feed that narrative.
Right. Right. But also I'm like, I don't need to look. Also, I've started smiling a lot more squinty.
I think it surprises us. Like, I'm always sometimes surprised. I mean, we're on camera every week, so maybe we're less surprised than the average person. But we've been taking some videos at our rehearsals, and I'm always sometimes surprised at how.
Yeah, and it's like, whoa, I look like that.
At first, I don't like it. At first, I'm like, oh,
I know.
It's like, but then I have to process it.
I know.
I have to go. Wait a minute.
It's fine.
That is what I look like.
Right.
That's what my body looks like. That's what my face looks like. That's just what I look like.
Yeah,
and that is okay.
It is.
We were talking last episode, or may have been our bonus, about how the role I'm doing right now is one where, like, I'm really not going to be wearing makeup.
Right.
I'm really not going to, like, do a lot to my hair's crazy, like, the whole show. And I'm now wearing, like, basically, like, lounge suit pajamas almost the whole show.
That's great.
And I was like, I'm wearing pajamas and slippers in this show. Like, hello? This is great.
Yeah.
I literally, like, how much more comfortable.
Oh my God. No Spanx, no compression tights, no, like,
it's like
all the things we have to do when we're on stage.
And
no lashes.
Nope. Got no lashes. I probably won't even wear mascara.
No foundation.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I'm like, no, I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh, yeah, you need to.
Because, you know, especially when you're under, like, really harsh lights, further stage, you have to have some makeup. Just so people can see your face. Not even, like, if it looks good or not. They just got to be able to see that you have cheekbones and, like, where your eyes start and all of that. And then depending on costume, sometimes you do have to wear that shapewear for changing. I do change, but, like, it's fine. But for changing, just for things to, like, fit smoothly, you know what I mean? Like,
well, because we're middle-aged.
It's not even vanity. Sometimes it's just like
necessity.
This is just how I'm going to get through this show with costume changes. So it's kind of nice. And it made me think of our conversation.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm glad Danny said that because I'm going to enjoy this.
You should.
I'm going to enjoy this because this is very rare.
Yeah.
Especially for women, and especially for women our age who are on stage.
Correct.
Not that you have to look younger, but you got to look.
You have to look
pretty,
put together.
Be put together, and I look put together-ish enough for my character. Let's put it that way.
That's good.
There's one part I forgot to change my shoes. Our director was like, Ashley was like, "Did you mean to wear your slippers all the time?"
You're like, yeah, I did.
I was like, that seems like something she would do.
Yeah, I did actually.
It happens. But anyway, right. So back to this, and then I mentioned some honorable mentions. Andrea Barber is Kimmy Gibbler. She was there on all the seasons and on Fuller House. Scott,
she looks the exact same too.
Exact same.
What?
And you know what's funny? She was very kind of annoying in Full House. She's supposed to be. I didn't find her annoying in Fuller House. I thought they did a good job.
No, she was fine.
Letting her revisit, like, that character and, like,
she was quirky, but not annoying.
Quirky.
Yeah,
she was quirky, but she was able to kind of fill it out a little more, and I thought that was really cool. Scott Weinger, I can never say that name. Weinger as Steve, and yes, he's the voice of Aladdin. And then he was also on Fuller House. And then the twins that Jesse and Becky have.
Yeah, little boys.
Blake, their last name was Tuomi Wilthoit, was Nikki Katsopoulos, and Dylan Tuomi Wilthoit was Alex Katsopoulos. So
okay.
Blake and Dylan.
They were so cute.
Okay. So you know me, I always have to look up
We got to look up details. Yeah.
Yeah. So there isn't a whole lot, but one is, and this is more of retroactive criticism. This wasn't criticism at the time. Lack of diversity.
Avi.
They're in San Francisco, and like everyone is white. There were a few side characters of color.
Not hardly any.
But barely any. Largely white, middle class.
It's the 90s. That's a problem everywhere.
And that's been just kind of talked about more in like modern reevaluations of the show. Candace Cameron portrays later public views. She has strong religious political views, and she's, I don't know if anti is the right word, but she's not a supporter of LGBTQ issues, which is why she left the Hallmark Network, because they were incorporating those storylines in some of their stuff. And she said she wanted to only be in things that were
godly,
traditional family values.
What?
Right. So
sorry.
Bye, girl.
I mean, yeah, I know her because I used to be in that like conservative Christian world, and people fucking love her in that world.
They do.
Her and Kirk Cameron, they got a fan club because of how they be. And didn't she get into it on like a morning show situation?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what that was.
Was she on The View or something?
I want to say like Joy or Whoopi Goldberg maybe said something to her. And then that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
People like taking sides.
I mean, listen, if you're going to have views, if you're going to have very strong views, no matter where you land, and you go on a show where people oppose you, you have to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
You have to, if you're going to stand your ground, they are too.
Yeah. Yeah. Her and, what's her name? Danica something, who was Winnie on Years. They're good friends. And I saw something, this was last Christmas, where the girl who played Winnie posted that she was celebrating 1 year as a Christian, a baptized Christian, and credited Candace Cameron with like being her like mentor in that space. And I was like, okay. They've been friends forever, but I guess this is like a recent happening.
Well,
interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, another criticism, and we already kind of touched on this, is the oversimplification of serious topics.
Of course.
Drugs, peer
again,
pressure, greed.
The 90s.
Right. That it was, very simple answers, and that often, and this differs by family how you handle this, but there were not really consequences for things. And I don't even mean like, oh, you're grounded. There was a little bit of that, but like not really showing the other side of like the drug use.
What happened after you,
the like getting arrested for drinking underage, like there was none of that really.
Yeah.
It was all very like, oh, dad caught you, Uncle Jesse caught you, now we're gonna have a little talk, and everyone's
and nobody was ever mad. They were just like, well, I'm disappointed, but I love you, la la la.
Yeah
no.
I will say on the rewatch and doing this research, I like still from a modern lens that it was like dads, right? I guess there were 3 of them handling the things that they did. Yes, they had little silly mishaps, like when they're trying to change Michelle's diaper in the first episode, which was really annoying. But they also literally just moved in and probably didn't know how to change a diaper. But they did take on all the things. They made the dinners. They did the grocery shopping. They took them to the things. And it wasn't like a fuss about it. It wasn't like this narrative of like where, well, dads don't know how to do anything without a mom around. Like they ran the household. And it wasn't really like made a big deal of. It was just like, oh, we're in charge and we take care of the kids.
Well, I think it was though. Like Danny knew how to do stuff, but like it was made a big deal of that Joey and Jesse didn't know how to do anything. I mean, that whole diaper scene.
Well, that diaper scene's pretty rough, but which we'll talk about. But they didn't. I guess what I'm saying is they didn't hold up that type of humor the whole series.
Yeah, I guess.
Like they adapted.
I mean, we'll give them a star where we'll begrudgingly.
We got to begrudgingly give them a little bit.
Right.
Or are we giving stars to these shows at the end?
Oh, we can.
All right, we'll do it. All right, so that is all I really have on the show and the cast. So do you want to talk about the episodes we watched?
Yes, let me get my note.
All right, so let me tell everybody. The first one we watched, Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. And here's the summary. A widowed father of 3 recruits his brother-in-law and best friend to move in and help raise the brood.
Ooh.
And that is exactly what it was. So it starts with the grandma, right? Danny's mom's there. And we don't have to talk about the entire episode, but just to touch on it. So she's leaving.
Yeah.
And they do mention that the mom, Pam, has died in a car accident.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we got to have somebody dead.
Somebody died. And so the grandma's been there helping ever since. And now Danny's ready for her to like hit the road, and she's trying to leave and she can't leave, and it's a whole thing. But like within the same 5 minutes, Uncle Jesse shows up and Joey
They all show at the same time.
Yeah. The opening, I just put like the opening sequence, the intro song. Everyone is so young.
I know.
Oh my God.
So young.
It was like shocking to me. So we find out how the mom passed away. I said right away, I already forgot how many impressions Joey does.
It's so
Immediate.
much.
He does a Cosby impression in this one.
We should have counted. We should have tallied.
We should have done an impression
each episode.
It would have been so many.
You know what I wrote? I wrote that young DJ looks like Charlize, our friend Gina's little girl.
She does.
I was like, oh my God.
Finger on it, but you're right.
She looks like Charlize.
Oh, that's weird.
She looks like Candace Cameron. We got to let her know.
Gotta let her know. We're telling her.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about that diaper scene then. So Danny goes to work because he's, on Wake Up San Francisco. I think he's a sportscaster at first, and then later he's promoted to that show.
Something, anyway, yeah.
He works for a news station. So he leaves, which another thing, they just got there. Your wife has died, and like, you're going to just go to work and be like, well, you guys got this. And so they go to change Michelle's diaper, and it's a comedy of errors. Well, they don't know what they're doing.
Can I tell you something? When Troy and I had our first baby, neither one of us had ever changed a diaper.
Yeah. And did you figure it out pretty quickly?
Yeah. I mean, it's not fucking rocket science. I mean, having a good method where you don't get peed on.
Yeah.
Especially with boys.
I would say that's mostly a boy thing, but yeah.
Well, girls can pee. It just doesn't shoot you in the face, but girls can pee
while you're changing them.
With boys, it's like a hazard. Yeah. Because let me tell you what, I can't even tell you how many times I got hit in the face, like the wall. Like you have to be fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you figure it's not like you're not running around putting a baby in a pot.
I know.
I'm like, what? And then that poor baby. You could her face, like they edited out the crying, but her face was like so upset. I hated that part.
And then the part where they go, we should be mothers.
Right.
I was like, oh, dear.
Okay. Well, also, like, they could have made that a funny scene more realistically, like with going through like a bunch of diapers, because that is valid, or a bunch of wipes. Like I can't even tell you, we would use so many wipes trying to figure until you master the art of
exactly.
Like we went through, like we would go through so many diapers and stuff. That would have been funny. But that, and like also Danny, you're not going to make sure these young single guys might know how to change a diaper
before you walk out. Weird, right? I mean, it's not really.
I don't know. I just thought it was dumb. I mean, but believability is not the premise of the show.
Right.
So, like, come on.
That's a good point. And then I said, cue the sad lesson music right away.
I know.
So immediately in this first episode, when the lesson's coming down the pipe, pike.
Huh.
I think it's pike. Coming down the pike.
I've always said pipe.
Because I feel like.
What's a pike?
Isn't it a skiing term?
Girl, I ain't never been skiing. I am deathly afraid.
Listeners, help.
We don't know. That is a shirt. That's the shirt we need. We don't know.
Wrong here also.
We don't know. I did right. This show is just so cheesy.
It is.
And it was probably right at that moment.
It was probably
so cheesy.
As soon as it comes
but you know what I noticed? I noticed an editing error. And I love it when I see stuff like this.
Okay.
So they're in the room and Stephanie was hanging on the curtain rod.
I saw that.
Okay. Which part?
Well, you could tell someone was moving.
Well, that. But no, that's not what I noticed. It pans to the door. Okay, and they walk in, and on the shelf is like a rainbow windsock.
Yeah.
And then they pan back to her, and when it comes back, it's a parrot. It's like so obvious.
Whoa.
Like I was like, because I remember I was like, oh, cute, rainbow windsock. And then they pan to her, and it comes back, and I'm like, wait, that's a parrot. Very obvious editing error.
Weird.
I know.
So they must have just gotten rid of the windsock and.
I know, but like, how?
Yeah.
It was weird.
That is weird. That's all I had on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then we skipped ahead to season 3, episode 20. This is a fan favorite. It's called Honey, I Broke the House.
I remember this.
I remember it too.
Yeah.
And the summary is Stephanie wants to run away from home when she fears punishment for driving Joey's car into the kitchen.
Y'all.
So they're a couple years older by this point. Michelle's a toddler.
Yeah.
Walking around, talking. I just said toddler Michelle is super cute.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
I wrote down DJ and Kimmy, they're on the Walkmans. And remember plugging your headphones into the same thing so you could both listen at the same time. And they're singing Milli Vanilli.
I wrote that down too.
Pre-controversy.
And then later they were singing Paula Abdul.
Yeah, loved it.
So good. And there's a part where they come in the room and they're talking about New Kids on the Block.
Yes.
And they're like, oh yeah, the New Kids on the... Stephanie, what are you doing?
I know. I love it.
That's great.
Also, Stephanie had this hair bow that was made. I don't know if you remember this phase, but I had one of these because they were like really popular at the craft fairs.
Okay.
It was made with recycled comic strips, like comic pages.
Yes.
And she had one on the whole episode.
That's right.
And I'm like, oh my God, I had one of those. Like, I don't remember. They were like, I don't know. I guess you kind of like decoupaged it or something.
Yeah, because they weren't floppy. They were like stiffer.
Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, I remember having some of those.
That's so great.
Isn't that funny?
That's really good.
Totally forgot about that fashion trend.
And by now, Aunt Becky's here.
Yes.
She came in, and I couldn't figure out if the Jesse being jealous story, if I hated it or not.
I know.
Because I was like, he wasn't aggressive about it.
No.
But then also she's having like a dinner, but then they're like making... It wasn't Jesse that was making it sound bad. It was like her and Danny.
I know.
Who were like, oh, this great billionaire guy.
He's good looking.
To have dinner with him. And I was like, well, yeah, I would be a little ticked off about that too. Or not ticked off, but at least a little like, what?
I mean,
why are you saying that?
It was weird. Also, I wrote down her apartment is so fancy and big.
I know.
I was like, she's single and she lives up in there. And she like, hello?
Show host for like a local thing. Yeah.
What?
It was funny when Stephanie sees the physical comedy, the comedic timing, when Stephanie's hanging the coat on the door and he's like opening the door in her face.
I know.
Oh my God, it was so
I did write down like Jodie Sweetin is such a good little actress. Mm-hmm. Like she's a natural.
She's really
She
good.
really is good.
Really good. And by this time, I had to write it down. Comet the dog is here.
Yes.
Comet has arrived and he's so cute. I love Comet. I just had to write it down. I said they must have had a bigger budget by season 3 to literally just drive through that kitchen wall. And then, they had to rebuild it.
I know. And I wrote, they are all way too calm about a car in their house.
Yeah.
They were way too, like, they were like, oh, a car's in the house. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
If I walked in my kitchen and Cooper had driven a car through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
They needed bigger reactions. I'm sorry.
Way bigger. And also it's like Dave Coulier, Joey's like old fashioned fancy car. So it's the kitchen wall, but it's the car too.
And also going that slow would not go into the wall. Like that's something that also made me laugh. I was like, she accidentally hit reverse and drove through a wall. Do you know how, like, you can drive into a wall and the wall is fine.
Yeah, like that little porch railing would have stopped her.
Yeah.
You got that little,
Or the wall itself.
Yeah. Or the wall itself.
Even to go through a window takes more force than that.
Yeah. And then she like runs away and she's like saying goodbye to everyone. I know.
And Mr. Funny. Bear. I was like, I forgot about Mr. Bear.
Oh, Mr. Bear. Oh, it's so cute.
I know.
It's so cute.
I know.
That's all I had on that one.
Me too.
Okay. Then we went to season 4, episode 8. I know.
I dreaded watching this one.
I had misremembered a few things.
I dreaded it.
This one's called Shape Up. DJ goes on a strict diet so she can wear a bikini to Kimmy's birthday party. Just so much going on here. I think this episode was trying to be woke. I think this episode was trying to shine a light on unhealthy eating and exercise habits, but it was very tone deaf.
Okay. Yeah. And it also pushed a really funky narrative I did not enjoy. Like,
right.
They
were never they were like, oh, you just like, don't worry, we'll just exercise and eat healthy, good, instead of just being like, just wear a bikini.
Well, also
no
like this episode is just one little piece of the puzzle that contributed to like an entire generation of us having body image issues. Mm-hmm. An entire generation of us. And then like Candace Cameron herself admitted she struggled with an eating disorder a few years later.
Right.
Don't you dare tell me that this episode based on her body did not contribute to that.
Right. You're basically saying, hey, child who's an actor, we're gonna make you uncomfortable with your body because you're bigger than Kimmy.
Correct.
And I'm looking at her and I'm like, she is not big.
Right?
I mean, if she was, that'd be fine. But she's not.
But the point of the matter is, these writers wrote a whole episode about a young teenage girl's body and when you're already uncomfortable. Like, she's in that middle. Oh, my God.
Look, she's tiny now. I don't think those issues have ever left her.
Well,
on Fuller House and even now, like on her socials and stuff, she's like a nothing, like a size 0.
Yeah. Well, and listen, I mean, I read about, I wanted to see like if she ever like talked about having any problems. And she did. She's openly said she's in recovery from an eating disorder. And look, eating disorders don't ever leave you. Right. It's just like if you struggle with any kind of addiction or problem, you're in recovery the rest of your life. You don't just say, oh, okay, I'm good now. That's not how it works. It's a struggle every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same, like you said, with like alcoholism or depression or whatever. Like you have to actively do the things that keep you from that behavior.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
You're never cured. You're never over it. Like it's always there. Yeah.
I hate it. And then like the diet culture bullshit that Aunt Becky says too.
Oh, have some lean salmon and some veggies. Now, this is what I misremembered. So I have to give credit where credit is due. I thought Aunt Becky told her to put the pictures on the fridge.
Oh.
That I thought she said, oh, I do this. And then it reminds me to eat healthy. I don't know where that came from because when I watched the episode, DJ's the one that puts the pictures up there. And Aunt Becky's the one that's like, well, that might be too much. Let's maybe just come up with like sensible things that you can eat, which is still not great.
But she still said a bunch of like.
No, she did.
Bullshit.
It was still not great.
And I don't know. I had such problems with this episode. And then I wrote DJ's eating ice and nobody says anything about it.
Yeah. She's like, this cold.
Like, that's a fucking problem. Yeah. Like, she's like, I'm good, thanks. And everybody's like, okay. Like, she's fucking eating ice, people, on a toothpick. You don't think that's a problem?
Yeah. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah. That was weird. I did say, okay, outside of the eating disorder, exercise disorder stuff, that when Michelle pours the cereal for the toy, that was really cute. She dumps the whole bowl out.
I used to do that.
It was called Fiber Bears.
Yeah.
And she finds the toy and it doesn't eat any of the cereal.
Yep, I used to do that.
And then Stephanie brings home a recorder from school.
God, the recorders. How you've gone through that 5 times in your house is beyond.
Nobody's ever brought home a recorder.
What?
Ever. Isn't that weird? So the school where my kids go, they start orchestra in 4th grade. So I guess they just go straight to that.
Oh, you're so lucky.
So we've had violas and now a classical bass. And
listen, I not only have both kids had the recorder phase, one of them had it twice because we moved.
Oh.
And the next grade did it as well.
That's really rough.
And I was like, shit, again? I hate the recorder. I don't really think it helps kids learn anything either.
I mean, it's sort of a cheap way to, when you teach them about music, then show like how that works.
But can't you do that other ways?
You could do it on like a keyboard or something, but you can't get everybody a keyboard.
I guess.
So I think that's why. Although there's a lot of electronic ways now. Like if kids have got an iPad in there, you can teach them on a keyboard on an iPad. So maybe recorders are going out of fashion. I don't know.
I can't handle the record. We have like 4 of them in my house. And every now and then Cooper will remember he's got one, and I was like, and I'll hear it, and I'm like,
we don't have a single one in our house.
Well, would you like one? I even have a see-through blue one for some reason.
Donate it to the studio.
Anyway, I could be like, where'd the recorder go? I don't know. Okay, I did write down when Jesse brought in the cake samples.
Yes.
And Michelle's like, I wrote down, I am Michelle when there is cake. Because she's like, I can't help it. Like, I love cake of all shapes. You will never, if I'm ever at a party and there is cake there and I say, I don't want any, something is wrong.
Right.
Something is wrong. I could be so full from everything I just ate.
Right.
And be ready to explode. But if somebody's like, here's some cake, I'm be like, hell yeah, I want cake. Who don't want cake?
Yeah.
But then she like jumps all in them and starts putting all over her face, and they're just like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, that
no
common thread for the show.
ma'am.
No, ma'am. Don't eat that expensive wedding cake samples.
Hello, and now we don't get to eat it. You dumb toddler.
Now that's the shirt you need, you dumb toddler. Oh my gosh, that's great. I did say I hated the gym fashion.
Oh God, I know.
All the different fitness things.
Aren't you so glad we don't wear that shit anymore?
Like the leotard
that goes up your butt.
The butt. I was like, stop.
Can you imagine? I'm like, and listen, I teach fitness classes. You ain't never going to see me wearing that. Mm-mm. I mean, part of the reason why form-fitting exercise clothes are always a thing is because it helps people see form. Of course. That's why, I mean, it's like in dancing why you wear leotards and tights is so you can get your form right and you can see. So if you're in baggy clothes and you're teaching a class, people don't know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Now, for everybody who's there, it doesn't matter what you wear, but it helps your instructor if they can see your full body. Yeah. But shit going up the butt has no purpose.
No. And like the men in the gym that were like huge and had like the crop tops and the belts. I mean, I'm not even like making fun of any of it.
No, I loved it. It was so much fun.
I was like, this is so great.
So good.
I'm so glad they're at the gym right now. And then the outfit that Michelle and Stephanie had
was so cute.
So cute. And I forgot like that Stephanie's a dancer.
Yeah.
Too. So she kind of did the aerobics. The aerobics class was a trip.
Hilarious.
But then I was like, oh yeah, she dances too. I forgot about
But
that.
also the guys in there, that's pretty on point because I will say sometimes guys who are in great shape come to a fitness class and they're like, I'm good. And then they're like dying. And it's like, wow.
That part was funny.
Don't underestimate.
Yeah. I thought that part was funny.
Yeah.
Where she's like, okay. So
that was our warm up.
Yeah. That's like, oh my God. So then when we have like the moment where everyone realizes DJ hasn't, and first of all, she hasn't eaten anything in 3 days.
Hello.
Is that even possible to be like up and walking around when you're that age?
Yeah. The rule is, what is it? 2 days. You can go 2 days without water, 2 weeks without food, right? 2 minutes without oxygen. Well, that's the only reason I know this. It's 2-2-2. And because I have a husband who's in the military and they've learned that in survival training. You can make it 2 minutes without oxygen, give or take. I mean, that's just a standard. 2 days without water, and then 2 weeks without food. So you can, but passing out and stuff, yes.
Yeah. Which she did. She started to.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel good, but you would survive.
Right. I felt like the final scene then when Danny's talking to her about it, he was actually saying some things that made sense. But again, it's that oversimplification. And
then she's like, okay.
It's treating this thing that's happening with her like it's logical.
Right. Well, that's why he was like, nobody's going to, like, all he said to her was, nobody's going to remember what bathing suit you had on. They're going to remember, like, that you were there with your friends or, like, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. And she's like, okay, I'm hungry. Let's go eat.
Yeah.
Now, from two people sitting right here who have struggled with body image issues since they were that age. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
I wish it was as easy as somebody telling me that.
I mean, essentially what he told her is what I've had to tell myself
every day
and still do.
Correct.
Like I'm in a place of acceptance at this point in my life, like the age I am, the amount of children that have been baked in me, like this is just it, right? Like my other, like, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm never going to exercise again or whatever, but I'm just saying like, I don't need to look like a fitness model at this point, and that is fine. But that like, hey, I'm worth more than this. Like there's more interesting things about me than this. People love me for more than this is a story I have to tell myself
all the time. Same. Well, and I think too, we've been, our generation, especially, and all the ones before us have had to really, and I work with this with personal training clients a lot too, in switching that narrative from you're not doing exercise motions for an aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's a side effect and that's a bonus sometimes, but you're doing it so you can have a good quality of life.
Right.
And that looks different for everybody. Everybody's bodies are different. You know, we all have our own ailments and our own injuries and our own disorders and our own, all the abilities to do stuff. But the reason we move intentionally is not to fit in a size 0 anymore.
Correct.
The reason we move is so we can have bodily autonomy, whatever that looks like, as long as we can.
Absolutely. And I think for me, every now and then I have this little conversation with myself and I'm like, maybe I should just not be like public facing. Like maybe I shouldn't be on a podcast where there's video. Maybe I shouldn't do shows on stage. No, this is a conversation I have with myself often. My husband participates because he doesn't agree with me,
because he has to.
And I'll be like, I think I'd be happier, and not always be like, oh, I look bad or whatever. But then I'm like, but would I be happier? Or do I just need to change the narrative around what my expectation is when I see myself on those things or in pictures, or you know what I mean? Or in like show photos.
But then if you did that, guess what would win?
That. Yeah, exactly.
The bad narrative would win.
Right.
Because you're saying, well, I'm not doing this, so I don't have to deal with it. You haven't really healed anything.
Right. I'm just not looking at it. Yeah.
Like you haven't healed all those nasty voices in your brain.
And they pop up somewhere else. And I'm not doing stuff that I love.
Of course.
And I think there's something too for, and I think you and I both really try to do this as best as we can, is showing up as you are.
Of course.
Is like saying, you know what, I might wear a little makeup today, or I might wear like this outfit that I look really good. And that's one thing. But being okay, being like, this is how I look. This is how old I am.
Yeah.
This is like what I got going on with my body or my face or my hair.
We did struggle with it at first. We did. I feel like now we're just like, what? Fuck it.
I feel like,
not I give up. I think it's not that deep. Like that's what I think. It's not that deep.
It's not.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Literally. And even to the point where our friend Sarah, who listens, well, we have a lot of Sarahs.
Yeah.
The one who we say, you'll know who you are. She told us one time when we first started having video and we like went in this thing, oh, we look terrible in our hair. She's like, I almost wish y'all wouldn't say that, because she said, I love that y'all just show up and you're yourself. Yeah. Like she was like, I love it when you show up and y'all have no, like you look a mess.
Yeah.
Because you look like a real life person.
Right. Which we are.
And there's nothing wrong with fixing your hair and putting makeup on. We do it all the time.
Yeah, of course. Like, but however you want to present yourself is fine.
Correct.
Whatever
and
that day is.
I think it took us a while. Mm-hmm. I mean, we still struggle with it. Like, we'll look at a clip and be like, oh, fuck no. Like, we'll take pictures sometimes, and then I'll get home and be like, yeah, no. We did it the other day. I said, this is not. We look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If we looked happy and we looked like we were having a good time, but
awkward.
We looked so weird.
It was funny.
We were like trying to stand right, and it just
wasn't happening.
It didn't land, guys. And then my eyes were like almost all the way shut in that one picture.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? Amelia does that.
What?
The wider she smiles, her eyes close more. And she's done that since she was little.
I don't mind. I guess I've always done that, but now I notice it more because I have the wrinkles now.
Because there's more to like, yeah. I get what
you mean. I'm like, open your eyes, bitch.
Yeah. To be fair, this particular photo that we're talking about that you'll never see, what we were looking at lights.
Oh, that's true.
So I think that was part of it. So we were like kind of smiling, but kind of squinting. And then it was like really bright
so bad.
On us. Anyway.
All right. We've been talking a long time. We got to keep going.
On to the final one that we watched together.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the series finale, season 8, episode 24.
Wait.
Did you watch the 2?
Oh, and then I watched the Fuller House too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Fuller House.
You told me to watch the last episode of Fuller House. You fucking didn't watch it?
No. I don't think I did tell you that.
You did.
I said watch the last.
Look at the email you sent me. Okay, hold on. We're going to prove this.
Per my email.
Katie,
that sounds like something I would do.
I took a picture of it.
I've seen the final episode of Fuller House.
Okay, well, we'll talk about
recently.
It. All right, well, let's talk about the final episode. Yes.
Regular Full House.
I did remember this because of Michelle and the amnesia.
Yes, I remembered it too as soon as it was on. So yes, it's a 2-parter. In the first part of this one, Michelle falls off her horse because I forgot she got really into like horseback riding and all that in the final seasons. And she falls off and she gets amnesia.
Right.
Which I think I've told you this before, but that happened to my mom.
It did?
Yes. Because now it's part of this whole Alzheimer's talk.
Oh my God.
She got amnesia for 2 weeks when she was a teenager after being thrown by a horse.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And like she was dating my dad. He like remembers it.
Wow.
And eventually her brain, I'm going to put it in air quotes, healed because she got her memory back and stuff. But then later on, she had the early onset Alzheimer's. So it's interesting.
Did they think that?
They do say like head trauma well, one, if you're already on the fringes of dementia, head trauma will push you into it. But also head trauma from the past, because we're not looking at our brain, your symptoms might go away, but the damage might still be there. And it never fully heals.
Well,
and so it leads to things like that.
I hit myself in the head and gave myself a concussion with a dumbbell. So
oh, no.
That's why I'm asking. I'm like, great.
But did you get amnesia for 2 weeks?
No. But so she had it for 2 weeks?
2 weeks. That she, like...
Did she remember nothing?
She remembered nothing. It slowly came back. And then it was like slow. And then, bam, everything was back.
Because, okay, well, this is what when I was watching this, I was like, is that really how amnesia works? It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. And either your brain heals or it doesn't. Most of the time it does, though. Yeah.
Weird, it was a weird way to end a series.
It was kind of odd. Okay, so I forgot that by now Stephanie has a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in and I'm looking at him and I'm like, how do I know him? You probably wouldn't know, but Blue Bloods, he's Jamie from Blue Bloods.
Oh, yeah, I don't watch that.
And he looks exactly the same, just
That's
a little
hilarious.
bit younger. And then I noticed a Sarah McLachlan poster on.
Yeah.
And then what we already said, Mary-Kate and Ashley, when they're together, because the premise is there's the Michelle and Michelle's memory.
Yeah.
Like, here I come.
They look totally different.
They look different.
Totally different.
That was so weird.
It was so weird.
Like that. I was like,
and they talked different. Mm-hmm. Like the way they moved their mouth, their mouth was very different.
It was. Yeah, it was really, really kind of crazy. That's all I said about that episode.
Okay, well, I would like to take this moment right now to show you the email you sent me telling me what to watch, and then
my email.
And then you did not do it.
Ready?
So you guys ready for this? She says, these are available on Hulu. We can get a vibe on the older ones and chat. Full House episodes to rewatch. Pilot, Season 1, Episode 1. Fan Favorite, Season 3, Episode 20. Controversial, Season 4, Episode 8. Final Episode, Part 2, Season 8, Episode 24. Oops. Hold on. Go back. And then it says, Fuller House, our very last show again, Season 5, Episode 18.
And then there's my signature line on the bottom.
Which she did not rewatch.
I did not.
Cool.
You know what's funny? I re-referenced that email too, but I guess I didn't scroll all the way to the bottom.
It's not even that far. Katie, it's right. It's like right, like 2 spaces. That's hilarious.
Well,
anyway, we're going to talk about it for a second because I watched that nonsense.
All right. Well, you start that one.
Well,
Vince was recently watching.
It ended Fuller House, which I tried to watch this when it first came out just because I was like, let me see what's up. I couldn't handle it. I was like, this is too much. It's so stupid. I cannot. And then, so DJ, we already said she's a widow now, moved back into her old house with her 3 boys. Then her sister comes. Michelle's not there because she didn't want to do it. Kimmy's next door. Anyway, the last episode is Kimmy, DJ, and Stephanie having a triple wedding, not to each other, to men.
Men, yes.
And then Uncle Jesse comes back for this episode. So does Joey. So does Danny. And then they had a lot of cameos from people who had been on the show at some point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reunion of everybody.
And they also had Joey McIntyre on there.
Oh.
He officiated their wedding.
I love that so much.
Because that was like a reference back to the New Kids on the Block. And he was on the show back in the day, yeah?
Yes. And then there was an earlier episode of Fuller House I think he was on too.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. He was back.
And then Lisa Loeb was playing the guitar, which was great.
I love Lisa Loeb.
But it just... I wrote stupid notes. It was just exactly what you expected to be. It was cheesy.
Very cheesy.
A lot of diet culture bullshit too. Because I don't even remember what it was. I just wrote, let's end it with some diet culture BS too.
Like, yeah, I think it had something to do with like wearing
their wedding dresses. Oh yeah, because she was like, they were eating cake at the end, and she's like, "Oh, now we can enjoy this after all this," which I hate. That's so annoying.
Yeah.
And then the ending was so stupid. So the whole point was they were getting married and then everybody had to move out. Like all these fucking people were living in this non-existent imaginary house that could never fill these people. And they were all supposed to be moving somewhere else. So they do this big tearful goodbye. They leave. 2 seconds later, they come back and they're like, what if we don't have to leave? We just talked about it and we're all going to stay.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's like
what?
Like, first of all, it's normal for people to branch out and move and like go other places. This is getting a little unhealthy at this point. Y'all moved back once already, and Kimmy's still your neighbor. And now we're going to be gone. Just kidding. We're back.
And like, they didn't talk about this through the whole wedding weekend. And now they'd be like, okay, bye, love you. 2 seconds later, what if we stayed?
We all just figured this out.
What?
And then, I also was kind of just like, I mean, the triple wedding thing, I guess, is fun, but I was also like, why they got to get married? Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, why did they have to have a wedding?
Like, why does it have to be that? But I understand, like, that's like, again, like going back to even the 90s, that's like a throwback to like how you would end a series or end a season. Someone has a baby, someone gets married, like whatever. So, I mean, I guess it's better than like them dying or something, because that happens too sometimes.
Well, true. I just didn't, I was like, okay. I mean, it was what I expected it to be.
Yeah. And I think it was supposed to just be fun and light and, imagining what these lives ended up like.
So you watched that whole series?
Mostly for Steve. I love him. I also love that they were vets, because they were always like dealing with animals. And I thought that the kid actors were really good, especially Kimmy's daughter.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed her. And they did a decent job of having the kid actors be a little bit more edgy.
Yeah,
I thought, than the first round.
The one person I liked that they brought back was the quote unquote bad friend, Stephanie's bad friend that smoked, Gia.
I loved Gia back then, and I loved her still,
because she still was like bad. She was quote unquote.
She was like a bad influence.
She like had her flask and like.
I loved her though.
But then her daughter was one of the boys' girlfriends.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Her DJ's oldest son.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
Sweet. And he was very, he almost reminded me of Bob Saget's character.
Yeah.
Like he was very like type A.
I think that's what they were going for.
I think that, I'm sure they did that on purpose. But overall then.
Wow, we had a lot to say. 93 minutes.
93 minutes. Like we should probably wrap.
Woo!
All right, what's your star rating out of 5 stars for Full House? Let's say the whole Full House universe, including.
Whoa. I'm going to give it a 2, guys. It's not for me.
What?
Yeah, it's not for me.
From TV and you gave it a 2?
It's not for me. If it was Roseanne, I'd give it a 5. And Family Matters is getting a higher rating than Full House.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I started watching it. I'm excited to keep watching it and to hear your info.
Okay. I mean.
Right.
Listen, all the sitcoms of the time have the same issues. Mm-hmm. But some of them just irk my nerves a little more. I'll give it a 3. All right.
No, 2's okay.
No, we're going to give it a 3 because I have to consider the time frame.
Do you though?
2.5. That's where I'm landing.
I say I didn't consider the time frame for Gremlins.
You're right.
I just went in.
So fuck that. 2.5.
Okay, 2.5.
You are so right.
There you go.
2.5 stars. 2.5. Full House.
Got it. That's it. Not changing it.
And yours is?
I would give it a 4.
I knew it.
Yeah, I would give it a 4. I think the character developed, the really likable characters, again, a product of its time, but not as bad as some. And I have a lot of nostalgia surrounding it. And I enjoyed Fuller House. So that bumps it up a little for me.
I mean, back in the day, I would have gave it a higher rating. But like rewatching it now is just not fun for me.
And that's how we rate it.
Right.
Rewatching now. But I mean, nostalgia is stronger, I think, which pulls mine up a little.
I do love Uncle Jesse.
Well, yeah. What's not to love? I love Uncle Jesse, too.
All right.
Well, that's the final word. 2.5, 4. But we both love Uncle Jesse.
Yes.
And thanks for listening, guys. As you probably picked up on, our next one, we'll be talking about Family Matters.
Yeah.
So be sure to join us for that. And we'll see you next time on Generation in Between.
Bye.